Shut the Gates, we're back. Episode 5 of the Good Seasons podcast. Toby, how's it going, big fella?
Good, mate. How are you?
Great, thank you. Again, people asking you in the comments.
Yeah.
Wonder if you've seen that. Yeah. Asked you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. You did.
I did.
And how are you again?
Oh, mate. Getting there.
Yeah? How's your week?
Oh, yeah, mate. A little bit on the busy side.
Yeah.
You know, when you're in the position we are in, you know, she's full steam ahead at all times.
Yeah.
Nice to come down here and have a relax. And,
Always in the studio.
yeah,
Great to
mate.
be here.
Yeah, absolutely.
But just before anyone does this, just remember to like this and subscribe and catch up on everything else going on with Shut the Gates. But as Toby just said, we've been very busy. We were asked to be the head administrators, or not head administrators, the directors of football at the Bulldogs. Unlikely, we don't live in Sydney.
No.
So we couldn't get down there with the Boarders to go for the interview. But Phil Gould has the job. Toby, what do you think about that?
Yeah, good. Yeah, it's a good signing, mate. He just pipped us a little bit up there under the experience factor, and
Wow, yeah, exactly.
you know that he wasn't a shoe-in for the job.
No, well, they offered it to us.
Well, that's right. You know, we got a big envelope in the mail, and
Yeah, and it said, please come.
yeah, that's
It
all.
didn't have any money in it.
Regards, Trent Barrett.
And then he goes, if you don't, I'll slap your face.
Oh my god. No, good signing, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that. They've made some moves, haven't they?
They have.
3-4 years ago, that you know they were coming down off that big rise that they had in the middle period of the decade.
Well, 2012, 2014, they made the grand final.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It was
No,
2014, yeah, against South.
2014,
They lost
yeah.
both of them,
That's right.
Melbourne and Souths.
Yeah. But they've got some good players coming, and then to put the cherry on top, you know, probably the most probably well regarded or the most smart, or you know, the best way to put it. You know, he's probably the smartest man in the game.
Yeah, I think he's has the best football mind of all time.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. I love him.
I love him as well. Wish I could give him a kiss.
Yeah, same.
I do. But so what do you think he can transform the Dogs
I think so.
like he did the Panthers?
Yeah, I think so. If they give him the platform like Penrith did, give him, you know.
Well, Penrith were in debt when they went to him.
That's
when he went there.
Yeah.
And he had to go ask for a loan just to get from one of the billionaires that he knows, and then he got the loan, built the Panthers up into what we're seeing today.
Yeah.
They were so far in debt they might have had to shut down. If
Yep.
there was like someone they had to shut a team down back then, like when did he go there? 2011.
Yep.
20 something like that. Anyway, if there was a team that had to shut down for the NRL, had to expand back, go back to another team, they would have shut down the Panthers because they were so far in debt. But then they went to him and he built them up basically from scratch.
Yep.
Got all their junior pathways, and look at them now.
Yeah.
Like 15 of the 17 each week are Penrith juniors.
Yeah.
You know?
It's crazy, eh?
And if he can do something like that with the Dogs, then who knows? And they're already got a great team coming there next year.
Yeah.
So, like, do you like their signings?
I love every one of them.
Yeah.
I love them all.
I'll tell you. Yeah, go on. I'll get up the team that they might have next year.
See, Canterbury's always known for the in-house fighting that the board,
Yeah.
you know, didn't, you know, half of and half was split, and they were poor old Mortimer used to cop it. If they just give him the
Old Turvy.
yeah, old turf, kiss of the turf. If they give him if they give him all the decisions to make,
Like in football wise.
if football wise, he'll make
Decides which pokies go into the gaming room.
well, you know,
The old
like,
Big Red, if you ask me.
he'll make you know, the best decisions more often than not. So
Yeah. He'll make some mistakes, of course. Like, he may go through 300 coaches. You may get half the coaching roster gone. But, you know, I think Trent Barrett should be there for long term, though.
absolutely agree.
Yeah. So, next year, they're predicted, like, we'll go their back line first. Matt Duffy, Addo Carr, Brent Naden, your mate. You bloody love him.
Yeah.
Nick Kotrick, Tui Katoa, Matt Burton, Jake Averillo. Assuming Flanagan doesn't come back into the fold as well. That's a great back line.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And then in the forward, you got Luke Thompson, Jeremy Marshall King, Paul Vaughan is rumoured to be there as well, but they've got to serve that 8-game suspension. Raymond Fatala-Mariner, Tavita Pengai, who's basically signed there, and Josh Jackson. That's a great team.
Absolutely.
That's a team that challenges.
Yeah, top 8 beyond that.
Assuming they're coached right.
Yeah.
Matt Duffy alone brings the big Dogs' biggest problem in the last, we'll say 5-6 years is they can't score points.
Yeah.
Melbourne score more points in one game than they do in the whole season.
Yeah.
So you wonder, are they looking for the attack sort of thing? Like, they're known as the Dogs of War, right? Like, they're big defense. They're so aggressive. That's their DNA.
Yep.
But if they can bring back that defense and then attack, who knows what they could be, right?
Absolutely.
So and they got that Steve Hansen guy there.
Yeah.
So I think they're on the way up.
Yeah. I agree, mate.
Is there anyone else you would want to bring to the club? Do you think maybe they should get a good hooker?
Probably that's that's probably where they're lacking a little, in that dummy half role. Josh Hodgson again. I think he's going to leave Canberra.
He has to, right?
You can't play backup. I was watching him the other night against the Sharks, and Starling and him were kind of alternating, but you can kind of tell that the writing's on the wall for him there. I think Starling's going to be the 9 there, for the next couple of years anyway. I would chase him.
And he's a big he's the boss of the team guy. And that's a young team. That's a young halves they've got there. Or Avarillo, if you're going with him, and Matt Burton.
Yeah.
They need that direction for someone like Hodgson.
Absolutely.
I would also chase someone like Brandon Smith. It feels like them and the Tigers are sort of like, even though the Tigers have got a bit better results this year, it looks like maybe their Bulldogs and Tigers are sort of competing for the same players at the moment, trying to get off that bottom of the ladder.
Yep.
Both in the right direction, I think.
Yep.
But just see who can get there first. And it seems like the Dogs are winning that race.
Yeah.
Because they were both after Tavita.
Yep.
But it looks like the Dogs are going to get that as well.
Yeah.
So where would you go if you were
probably the Dogs at the moment.
And why's that?
Oh well, the Gus appointment.
Yeah,
it's good. You got some Origin players coming in now. Big raps on Matt Burton. We've already seen what he can potentially do. He'll be an Origin representative later on in his career. He'll be a Test player for sure. The Avarillo signing, the Avarillo selection there, I'd probably put at 14. I'd probably put Kyle there with a better team around him. I think he'll transform. I would definitely go to the Bulldogs first and foremost if I had 2 contracts to weigh up.
Same price.
Yeah, same price. I think they're on the way up. The Tigers, they frustrate me a little bit. They'll give you nothing, and then all of a sudden they'll give you something.
Like on the weekend.
Yeah.
What you just said is what happened on the weekend. They give you absolutely nothing for 40, and they put on 26 points in the next 26-6 or something.
Unbelievable.
In the next half, and they played really well in that second half.
Absolutely, they were really good.
Yeah.
But I just think the Dogs. I like where they're going. They can see the light at the end of the tunnel now, and you're right with Trent Barrett. He needs to stay there for 3 years
at least.
Absolutely. If maybe don't give him an objective of the top 8 next year. Maybe wait for another season just to give him that objective.
Maybe like from 6 to 10 or something like that. If you don't make it, we want to see at least that big improvement.
Yeah.
Because of the players you've got coming in.
Absolutely. Well, I think, absolutely. I love where they're going, and I hope it's when the Dogs are going good, the competition's going good.
Yeah, it does feel like I love that. One of the best rivalries in the game for me is Parramatta versus Bulldogs.
Yeah.
And I'll never live down the 18-2 with 1.5 second left on the clock. And the Dogs come back.
Craig pull them out.
Oh man! Hey, there was like 4 minutes remaining or something?
That's crazy.
Something ridiculous. Yeah. And 18-2, 1998 preliminary final.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to check this out, Bulldogs, Parramatta are up 18-2, and then the Dogs come back and win and snatch it.
Yeah.
They go on to get flogged in the grand final, but flogged in the grand final.
Yeah. Well, it was close to half time.
It was comfortable though, wasn't it?
It was comfortable. Yeah. But they did the same thing. The Newcastle, I think maybe the week before or the week after Para, they were down and out. And they come back and beat them as well. They had that magic run through the 98 playoffs.
What about if you're someone like David Clemmer, would you be looking to try and go back to the Dogs?
Oh yeah, poor old Dave.
Like because it feels like he's been sort of shafted a bit. Like he went to Newcastle because the Dogs didn't want him anymore. They tried to free up the cap.
Yep.
And now it's and now that the cap's back, should they try to get him back?
Well, it'd be a good pickup.
It seems like he's not really home. He's not really play his best until he's back at the Dogs, right?
Yeah,
So,
they are probably missing that that one real hard edge forward. You know, like even next year, like you put Clemmer in there. Paul Vaughan might fill that void.
If they can get him. Yeah,
if he doesn't want to break any more COVID restrictions. But
he loves it. They should just put him in a hazmat suit and go, on your way, son.
Question for you:
right.
Would you re-sign Dylan Napa?
No,
would you give him the money that he's on right now? Because he's on a fair bit of coin.
800,000.
Oh, I know, that's the thing.
800,000. That's like nearly 1/10 of your cap.
I know, that's the thing.
Not even close.
Yeah.
If he wants to stay at my club, he has to get 200,000 max.
Yeah, okay.
Dylan, no way. I don't think the Cowboys would even want him. Like I think he's been very poor.
Yeah,
he's been very poor for the Dogs. And when he left after the 2018 Grand Final, he was one of the best props in the world.
Yep.
And he's just gone downhill.
Yeah.
And he's still not that old though, I don't think.
No, probably mid to late 20s.
He's one of those guys that have been around forever. Someone like Milford sort of thing, who's been around forever, but he's still got a lot to go, and you think he's still got a lot of improvement because as forwards, you normally come in really strong, then you sort of go back to the pack a bit, and then as you get older, you sort of get more experience and you start pushing your way up. That's what happened to Matt Scott.
Yeah.
Someone like Matt Scott, Corey Parker. I know he's not a front row, but Corey Parker.
Yeah.
Them sort of players.
Yep.
But I'm excited for the Dogs, even though I don't want them to beat Parramatta. But I'm excited for their way up. Yep. But speaking of Milford, do you like him? What do you think about this little tussle? Apparently, 4 clubs have been after him. Parramatta is one of them. What do you think about that?
Yeah, well, the Para one really surprised me, but it could be beneficial as well. Para, they're a lot of... they do have a game plan, it's evident, and blah, blah. Like, they'll have a couple of game plans which they want to execute, but a lot of their play, they can fade in and out of structure. It's that's what's made them a really good team the last couple of years. They don't play by the book. And Milford could really suit that style.
Agreed, yeah.
Like, Bradley might go, well, you don't have to worry about kicking because that's Moses' job. You don't have to worry about organising because that's Moses, Dylan Brown, Reid Marnie's job. You just go out there, play eyes up football.
Do you think he's the perfect number 14 for Parramatta?
I think so. I think if you look up the makeup of their team now, I think he'd be a massive inclusion.
I've been defending him for this year. Normally, I don't like the guy. Normally, I can't stand him. I haven't. If you go back to this year, though, I think he's been trying really hard.
Yep.
It just hasn't turned out because I don't want to go into the Broncos coaching. I've given it to him too much. I don't think Kevy's a good coach. I don't think what they're doing up there is working. Maybe they're on the right track now, but for Milford, it wasn't the right situation. And because at Brisbane, they needed dominant halves.
Yeah.
He's not a dominant half.
That's right.
He's a running half. Someone like Jack Whiten's not going to win your premiership by himself.
Yeah.
But if you have that structural person inside him, they can let them loose. Like, do you think someone like Jerome Luai can win one by himself?
Probably not without Nathan.
He's a great player.
Absolutely.
But he's not going to win. He's not going to win one without someone like Nathan Cleary next to him.
Absolutely agree.
So if Milford can go into the right structure and the right sort of environment, I think he can do anything.
Yep.
But like, look at him 2015 with Ben Hunt was the structural person.
That's right.
As soon as he left, Milford went to shit.
Yeah, that's right.
So it just depends on what his role is. But I've come around to it. When I first seen it, I was like, oh, yuck. Like, I don't want this guy. But then I'm thinking about it. Who would I prefer out there? Will Smith, Jacob Arthur, or Milford? Oh, Anthony Milford. I'll take Anthony Milford every day of the week.
Absolutely.
Jacob Arthur's shit. He's playing this week. I can't believe it. I was going to go to that game. I'm reconsidering.
Yeah, reconsidering.
Yep. Where's Jordan Rankin?
Yeah, fair call, mate.
Where is he? We asked for one Jordan Rankin game.
Fair call. And I know that you're a big proponent on Dylan Brown's defence.
Yeah.
Milford...
Best defensive half in the game for me.
Yeah, so Milfy, he predominantly only defends that 3-in slot. Yep. You probably couldn't get him to do a job in the middle. But if you just... 50 minutes into the game, you put Dylan Brown in the middle, play him as a lock, because he can defend really well.
Yeah.
You can bring Milford into the game.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. You just got to have someone like Isaiah Papali'i next to him. Just protect him.
Absolutely, babysit him. Absolutely.
And that's what Corey Parker used to do. Sam Thaiday used to do to him.
Yep.
They used to babysit these guys and just take the tackles for him. You'd see Anthony Milford and Corey Parker making 30, 40 tackles a game, and 10 of them would be just trying to protect Milford.
That's right.
So
that's right.
But I think it'd be a good signing, And do you think Tavita would be a good signing for the Dogs?
Oh, man. Tenfold. So I was reading a little story that I got through. We got the ear to the ground, mate.
Yep. Got an ant in my ear the other day.
Yeah, did you?
Yeah.
The Bronx were playing Souths the other night when Souths pumped them.
Yep.
And they were running they were going to a scrum feed, and Payne Haas was yelling out to Adam Reynolds, "Can you keep Tavita here?
Yeah.
Call Kevy and keep him here."
Yeah, that's the craziest thing is, like, why don't they want him?
I know that we'll free up money. He's one of the best fucking back rowers in the game.
What are you freeing him up for?
I don't know. That's right. You got nothing.
Well, like let's talk about the Broncos.
God,
like the Broncos, mate. They're letting go of everyone. Like the only person they've got for next year, like the high profile, is Payne Haas, Katoni Staggs, Adam Reynolds.
Yep.
Who else they got?
Kurt Capewell.
Great. Okay, good signing there.
Yep.
But who else are they getting?
Branko Lee.
Well, Branko Lee. Well, he'll be good for the Dolphins. For the Redcliffe Dolphins. But who else can you see that's going to be coming to someone like the Broncos?
I know.
That can sort of change it. I think they've got a great outside backs. Like, I think Tessie New should be playing centre.
Yeah.
But I think they've got to look at a fullback.
Yeah, I agree, mate.
I think they need a fullback. Yeah. And they possibly... I liked Jake Turpin last year, 2020. 2021, he's been ordinary.
Yeah.
But where do you... see, like, they need a hooker and a fullback.
I agree.
But they passed on Matt Duffy, Nico Hines. Where do they go?
I've been saying it for the longest time.
Yeah.
I think they got to go, and they've got to go big. I think you go Kalen Ponga.
Yeah, but he's already said he's staying at Newcastle.
Well, if that bloke does, I'll give it away. No.
If he does what?
They need to up the ante and get Kalen Ponga. I think he's the guy.
Yeah. Well, he was fantastic in Origin.
Yeah.
I think New South Wales win if he's not there.
Yeah, I agree.
I know Ben Hunt was best player, but
Yep.
I think he was the most influential.
We looked a lot better with Kalen at the back.
Definitely. He made that break for that last try, right?
That's unbelievable, eh?
Or for the play before the last try for Queensland. But why doesn't Broncos need to go for Duffy? Why didn't they go for Duffy?
I don't know.
Why didn't they go for Nico Hines?
I don't know about I think the Nico Hines factor. See, that this is the thing with the Sharks, in my opinion. Now, Nico, this season's been great. You know, like there's no two ways about it. He's been absolutely phenomenal. But Brisbane, I thought the offer was okay. I thought 300,000 for a guy that's never played Test Origin, and he's only done it for 10 weeks. So I thought, yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
And then the Sharks turned around and said, no, well, we're going to offer you 600, which is fair call to him. I understand. But what happens if he turns out and he's only had 10 really good weeks at Melbourne, and he can't do that at the Cronulla?
Well, I think they signed him to be 5'8", though.
Yeah, well, that's the yeah.
And if he shows 3/4 of what he's got there, he's playing at Melbourne, he'll be a great signing.
Yeah.
And I think he will be a great signing.
Yeah.
And imagine getting one of the best young halves, I guess you could call him, in the game for 600,000 for 3 years.
Yeah, I get that.
But I don't think it's not about the money for the Broncos. They have to just get someone.
I understand.
And
that.
then, like, the Broncos have always been the people want to play for Broncos. Nobody cares about the Broncos anymore.
No, they've lost that aura.
Like the only person they really got to go there was Reynolds, right? And then you got someone like they just expect people to want to play for them when it's just not the case.
No.
You've got to if they got someone like Nico Hines, pay him 700,000, and then even though it might be a little overs, then you become the Broncos again, where people want to come to play, and then you start paying unders for these players. You know,
fair call.
But they need to become, what we know about the Broncos for the last 30 years.
Yeah.
Before they can sort of be on their high horse, like, Broncos are the best ever. They're not the best ever anymore.
No, definitely not.
But
Anthony Mundine, perfect example.
Yeah.
He came in '97, and he just wanted to play under Wayne Bennett. Just perfect example with playing for unders.
Exactly, and like that's Super League, right?
That's right.
He played in the Super League for that 1 year.
Yeah. So the only other thing that I can think about with Brisbane, with the Tavita Pungai decision, is I think with the Lodge, Milford, blah, blah, I know they're freeing up money, but potentially, maybe behind the scenes, it could be a cultural issue as well. And that's what Ben Eiken's identified when he's got there. There is a behavioural issue going on here with these certain players. Yes, it's going to help money-wise, and that's probably why they're getting booted. Because there's no way under God's hot sun that you could justify letting Tavita Pungai Jr. go, in my opinion.
Be on record, I love Ben Ikin being at the Broncos. You on board?
I absolutely.
The one thing I haven't agreed with up to date now is Payne Haas $10 million for 10 years.
Yeah, you don't like it?
What do you think?
I love it. I do love it.
I hate it.
Oh,
I absolutely hate it.
No, fair call.
Why? Like, you just absolutely love it.
I absolutely
why
love
do you think? Why do you love it?
Little silky sentence.
Why do you love it
sentence. Because I think he's the best front rower in the game. I think he'll be the best front rower in the game 10 years from now. 10 years ago, I think he's the best front rower. He'll go down as the best front rower the game's ever seen.
So you just got high raps on him.
I got massive raps on him. But what he does.
I know, I get it. But what about if he gets an ACL injury next year and then he gets another one?
We don't want to think about those.
No, but you have to. You have to. The problem with me is it's not even any injury concerns or anything like that. It's what's happening to Tamalolo now.
Yeah.
They're like, you have to rest Tamalolo because you've got to preserve him for the next 6 years.
Yeah.
They're going to preserve him for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, if you burn him all out in the next 2 years, what if he's shit for 8 years? You're paying him $8 million.
Yeah.
The money is nothing. But just signing somebody for 8 years, or for 10 years, is ludicrous. Signing for 3 and have team options for the next 2. And then you sign him again if he's that good. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Like, they're going to be like to Payne Haas now. Are they going to start doing are they going to make Payne Haas play 60, 70 minutes every single week for 10 years?
I think you have to.
Yeah, exactly. But as I heard before, I've heard another thing. For paying $1 million for a player, and you come in second last.
I know. But the thing with Payne is you know, it was evident last week with the Tigers.
Yeah.
Where he comes off, we just.
Yeah, but it doesn't. When he's on, you're still second last.
I understand that. I do.
He was on. Yeah, he was on for the Tigers onslaught in the second half.
Yeah.
You need $1 million player to get you out of it.
Yeah.
You know, and I just can't justify any forward being on $1 million.
Fair call.
Even Tamalolo, I don't think he's worth $1 million.
Yeah, not
800,000 probably max. See, that's what I'm saying. Not now.
No, not now.
Not now. 4 years into it.
Yeah.
What's going to be in 4 more years?
Payne's worth it.
But then you got in 4 years' time, we're going to see bloody Payne Haas. He's making 65 yards a game off 3 carries.
I think Brisbane had to do it.
Again, that just shows how desperate the Broncos are.
That's why I think they had to do it.
You know, it's a desperate play.
Yeah, I know. And stop that, because he is a New South Welshman.
Yeah.
To stop the likes of the Roosters or the Rabbits or whoever coming in and going, you know what, Payne, we'll give you 3 years, 1.2 million.
Well, that's only 400,000 a year.
Yeah. Well, no,
1.2
million a year, like the David Fafita thing.
Yeah.
And I think Brisbane are like, well, we can't let him go. And I think they've just bitten the bullet. I think he's a stalwart.
I think he's great.
Yeah.
I don't agree. I think
he's the best front row in the game, right?
I think he is.
Yes,
I don't think he's talent. I'm not denying his talent at all.
Yeah.
I think he's fantastic. But I just can't see how you're always going to have someone coming through that's probably better.
Yeah, fair call.
What if the Broncos have someone like Payne Haas that they can't keep in the salary cap because they're paying Payne Haas $1 million and he's sort of just trudging away now? They're trying to offload him, but they can't. Right?
Well, that's, worst case. The other thing is, just say ACL or whatnot, just so he does pick up 2 ACLs in the first 3 years of the deal.
Yeah.
I don't mind him sitting out, Trev. At least he's not playing for anyone else.
But he's not playing. But you're wasting a tenth of the salary cap.
Don't mind it.
You're at 12% of the salary cap for him just to sit on the sidelines.
Yeah, mate. Don't mind it.
Oh man, I can't believe it. But
I like the signing. I think
fair,
so.
That's fair. I like the signing. I don't like the length.
Fair call. I can agree.
Yeah.
There's too much ifs, ands, or buts. Look at Buddy in the AFL. He's really
7 years, $10 million. Right?
Yeah, and he's really plateaued a bit. But I think under that 10 years, I think call me ludicrous or nuts or whatever. But teams go ebbs and flows. I think they'll win a comp with Payne Haas.
But they might. But the problem is they're going to win. But as we said. They need Adam Reynolds. They still need a hooker. They still need a fullback.
Yeah.
They're not winning the comp without them though, right?
No, fair call.
Where's the money coming from?
Tavita's contract.
He's on 600,000.
No, I like the signing.
All right. Let's move on, man.
I understand your...
Yes, all right.
I get it,
I get that you get it.
I'm just defending him.
I know, I love it. But let's move on to something fun now.
Okay.
Post-try celebrations.
Yeah.
Have you seen a few of this one?
Seen a few.
What's your favourite of all time?
Oh, all time? Oh, God, mate. There's a couple that, really come to mind. Piggy Riddell was always good.
That's always like the classic favourite, right?
Yeah, gets in there and salutes. Claps to himself. Nathan Blacklock, he could pull out a ripper every now and then. Oh man, Scott Prince was pretty good at him.
What did he do?
He did the old, when he was playing for the Cowboys, he did the old ride in the Cowboys. Ball. Probably the best one though was Russell Bowden from Melbourne.
Okay.
In the early 2000s, he had the ball, he scored, had the ball ripped off the top and gave it
the
a
old
sip.
Carver drink, hey?
Yeah, that's him, mate.
What
that
about,
was nice.
What about the Brett Stewart one, doing the gallop
Oh,
after he got off the rape charge?
Yeah,
and
that's
then to giving it to old David Gallop.
Dave.
He done. Mandy was into him, wasn't he?
Oh,
Brett Stewart,
God.
good player.
Brett Stewart, the snake. Oh my God.
Turbo's better than him already.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Who's better, Glenn or Jake?
Oh man. You know what? I'll say Glenn.
I'll say Glenn as well.
Yeah.
I don't really care for Jake anymore.
Yeah.
I used to love him.
Yeah.
Now I don't like him as much.
Yeah.
Bland player.
Yeah, he is.
Josh Jackson almost.
Yeah. He's a great defender.
Yeah, milquetoast player.
But they used to call Glenn Stewart Gifty because he was just so gifted with the ball.
Yeah.
Out on that edge.
Well, even if you go back to the grand final, I think it was 08
Yeah,
when they won 40-0. I know Cam Smith was in the sidelines, but it was third tackle. I love this play. I think it was this grand final. It might have been 2011, but I think it was 08. You had Manly trudging up off their line, and then you had Glenn Stewart. He puts in a grubber on his own 30, and for Brett out on the sideline.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the hell's going on here? They score off it.
Yeah, right.
They score off it. They are coming off their line so hard. The Storm or Warriors, whatever it was. Maybe it was 2011, but it was unreal.
Yep.
I love that play. But one of my favourite celebrations, mate.
Yeah.
Brian Fletcher.
Oh, the grenade.
The grenade. That's got to be one of the best.
Oh yeah.
I know. Queenslanders hate it. Oh, it's stuck in our. It's like burnt like a plasma screen TV in your minds.
Yeah.
But is it really that bad for Queensland?
No, Gordon Tallis was saying that kept him motivated for the next 5 years of his playing career.
What? Because someone threw a bomb?
Yeah, I know. Like,
how dumb is he?
Yeah, when I first seen it, as a kid, I was a kid at the time. When I first seen it, I was a bit like, fucking you bastard.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, how dare you? Disrespectful. Yeah. But it's like it adds to the theatre of the game. Why don't players do it anymore?
Oh, mate, I don't know.
I know they're doing it this month for Try July.
Yeah.
Why don't they just always do it?
Didn't they ban it for a while?
Oh, who knows? Probably David Gallop, one of those.
Yeah.
One of those
or
fellas.
David Smith, the Pommy.
God.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what. Another one I like is the. There was so many good ones from that Origin series. The bowling ball one.
Yeah. The last pin standing.
Yep. And then you got. There's also the team photo.
Yep.
Team photo where everyone gets in, they give the ball to the trainer and he does these ones with the ball.
Yeah.
What did you think of the? What did you think of the Sharks one?
The people's
elbow.
That was a ripper, mate. That was a good one.
They said the other fella who got it is going to come back. Will he come back with the rock bottom?
I wouldn't mind, mate.
I would love the rock bottom.
Yeah.
But
stunner. Gives him a pedigree or something.
The RKO out of nowhere.
Accidentally breaks the guy's neck or something. Henry Farfeely had a couple of good ones, mate. The old Warriors wing.
Okay.
He ripped out a couple of beauties.
Like what?
He did the camera one. He'd stand there and go like that. I can't really remember a lot of them. Every time he scored about 80 tries or something. So 80
different ones.
Yeah, that's right.
But Josh Curran had a good one on the weekend. Did you see it?
No, I didn't. Mate.
The lawnmower.
Yeah,
right. He done these ones.
Right.
Threw the ball on the ground and rolled it, and just started going like this.
Oh, good stuff.
It was called a no try.
The Broncos game, Asako, he scored in the corner and does the backflip.
Yeah.
And they sent her upstairs and...
I think it was, who was the Cummins, the ref?
Yeah.
He's like, whoa!
Yeah, that's right.
Jesus, mate. Jesus.
Shepherd.
That's a shepherd. And it was a shepherd.
Did you agree with that call?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did.
Letter of the law, it's right.
Yeah.
But an astronaut, I'd be an astronaut if Luke Brooks was getting there to make that tackle. There's no way.
Round the legs, no worries, mate. Round the legs.
Pulls him up 7 from the line.
But so do you have an all-time favourite? What's your all-time favourite?
Mate. Oh, she's bloody hard to pick. I'll probably say Piggy.
Yeah.
I'll say Piggy.
It is a good one. I'll go the Brian Fletcher one. What about the one who used to do the slam dunk over the Timmy Tahu, Tamana Tahu?
Oh yeah.
The slam dunk.
Yep.
When he played for Para.
Yep.
Every time he played at Purtec Stadium.
Yep.
That or Parramatta Stadium, as you know, should be. But yeah, he'd do the slam dunk over the top.
Yeah.
That was really good, I thought.
Absolutely good athleticism because they're quite tall, those crossbars.
Mate, he had hops.
Yeah, he did.
He did have hops.
He did.
Well done.
Could have had an NBL career.
Anyone can.
That's the key word.
But let's move on to the games this week. Some previews.
Mm-hmm.
First one will go Thursday night. We'll go Para at home at Seabus Super Stadium to the Canberra Raiders.
Yeah.
How do you see this one going?
Yeah, good game. Good start to the weekend's festivities, mate.
I will say both key halves from both teams are out.
Yeah.
Jack White out.
Yeah.
And Mitchell Moses out with a lower stress, minor stress fracture in the back.
Okay. Did you know how long Jack got with that chest?
I don't know. I think he's just for the week at the moment. Okay. They're monitoring it.
Yeah, he was in a lot of discomfort.
He was.
So Canberra last week, they were actually good. When you looked at the score, it was really crazy, the game, because Canberra, going by statistics, they were well on top. And they were only up by 4 and the game blew out late. But yeah, I've been loving them the last couple of weeks.
They've been playing really well.
Yeah,
they put a score on Manly.
Yeah, ever since we got up Don, giving him a bit of curry about it.
Yeah,
you know, they turn it around. So.
Yeah, have you heard anything more? But like Ricky's safe now?
He is safe.
Okay.
I've not heard from him, mate. He will not return a phone call.
Really?
Will not.
Probably because you got up him on here.
Yeah, well, probably wasn't.
You've got to say the truth.
Well, that's it, mate.
He spoke to you in confidence, and you said, "I don't care.
Yeah.
It's for the Gators.
Yeah,
it's for the Gator Nation out there,
mate. That's the one." And I think he didn't want me to let everyone know that me and him talk. So, but Para just, I think, too classy. I think
even with Jacob Arthur.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah,
they'll come back a couple of nogs. If Jack Whiten was there, I could potentially see a Canberra 1-12. Without him, I think...
Well, it's going to be Sam Williams and Matt Frawley in the halves.
Yeah,
okay. Against Jacob Arthur. And Matt Frawley. And I'll drink for Matt Frawley. And Dylan Brown.
Yeah.
But Dylan Brown was excellent last week in the first half.
Yeah.
So
1-12, Para.
I'm going to go Para 13 plus, but fuck, that second half last week was ordinary. That last week, second half was so bad. I was at the game. They just kept dropping the ball.
Yep.
They kept dropping the ball. I was like, here we go. Let's get up here. You put on 2 tries at the start of the thing. You set the tone and you run away with this. They dropped the ball. Every time they got the ball, they dropped it. They lost the second half 8-6.
Yeah.
What are they thinking?
Yeah. Right.
They're versing the Titans. Jamal Fogarty had his finger strapped back into his hand. And they still couldn't put him away. Put them away! I couldn't believe it. Like, Gutho, come on, mate. You gotta lead the team, you know? And I know Mitch Moses wasn't there, and they probably would have put him away if Mitch Moses was there, but they just don't do it. Para every time they get a lead. This is the same thing as Magic Round.
Yep.
Against the Warriors, they were up 24-0.
Yeah.
They end up winning 36-24 or something.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
I don't know, mate.
What are they doing?
Take the foot off the gas.
I don't know what they like. It's like they've got them 1-12. They've got themselves 1-12 every week.
It might have done, mate.
I can't believe it. Under the second half,
yeah,
they always do it.
Yep.
It's so frustrating. And Jacob Arthur, honestly, just play with 12. Just play with 12. Just leave him off. He's not an NRL player.
Would you like him if he kicked a 35-metre field goal to win the game, mate, on the buzzer?
Because why are they in that sit there versing Canberra? Canberra are 9th. What are they doing? They shouldn't be in that position.
I love it.
Get him out of there. Put someone else at fullback. Put Jordan Rankin at fullback for all I care. And bring Gutho up if you have to. I don't care.
Fergo.
So Fergo, well, yeah, just get Fergo is back, by the way.
Yeah, right.
So,
good on him.
All right, we'll go on to another game now. We'll go. What are we going to go here? What was the other one?
Oh,
Did you want to go Newcastle and Newcastle? And
yeah, we can do that, mate.
All right, yeah, Newcastle and the Roosters.
Yeah.
Newcastle and the Roosters, East. They're playing at Queensland somewhere. But what do you think of this one?
Oh, so I thought Newcastle last week could potentially give Melbourne a bit of stick.
It's their injuries though. They've got so many injuries. They can't keep the same 13 on the park for 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
They've played one game this year with their whole spine.
Yeah, right.
And I don't know if they got. Do they have Pearce again this week?
Oh, I don't know. Well, that
no
was
Pearce, no
big
Ponga.
Yeah.
That was all last week, right? Ponga went off injured early.
Yeah.
What do you want him to do?
Yeah.
What do you want Adam O'Brien to do? He's coaching a reserve grade almost.
Yeah.
Reserve grade spine.
Yeah.
Against Melbourne.
Yeah.
But again, that guy, Adam O'Brien loves to make an excuse, doesn't he?
No, he's full of them.
Oh, mate. He's like, the week up wasn't that handy. We trained on days we shouldn't. What, you train on your day off?
Well,
Come on, mate.
I know.
That's a bullshit. That's bullshit excuses.
And every team has had to adjust.
Parramatta had to go up there. Like, the 10 teams had to go up there. The Roosters had to go up there. Melbourne had to go up there. They were meant to play at home, and then they had to go up on the Wednesday.
That's right.
What bullshit excuses.
Yeah.
Get a grip, mate.
Yeah.
Say we had injured players, say they're better than us.
Yep.
Shut up, Adam O'Brien. Like, honestly, mate. Pull your head in.
I don't think Nathan Brown should have been sacked from there, but anyway.
I think he's doing a good job at the Warriors.
I think so as well, mate. I'll tip the Roosters 1-12. I think they're just better than that lowly sides. But if the Knights want to do something and do something...
They have to make this one a contest.
Absolutely. And they need to win it.
I agree.
And Tedesco will be back for the Premier... for the Premiers, for the Sydney Roosters. So I'll tip them, mate. I'll tip them 1-12.
I'm going to tip them 1-12 as well, because I don't think they're going that great. I think Sam Walker's almost on his last legs. Don't you reckon?
Yeah,
he hasn't got much left in the tank.
I know.
Give him a rest.
Yep.
You're versing the Knights, for Christ's sake.
Oh, Robbo won't rest him.
Oh, I think he needs a rest really bad. I think he doesn't look well.
Yeah.
To be honest, and he's honestly, he just looks like one chicken leg. That's his whole body. One chicken leg.
They need to play Manu at 6.
You think it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, last week they couldn't. He had to play him at fullback.
That's right. But they just need to give him one crack, give him one shot at it to see how he goes. I think Drew Hutchison will never win you a competition. And he could play with 13 Brad Fittlers in the same team. He will never win you a comp.
Okay.
That's the problem. I think Manu and Suwali should come into that side.
Well, Suwali's out for the year.
Oh,
injured.
Is he?
He's injured.
Yeah, right.
So
scrap that.
He can't. But
yeah, okay.
So you're going to go Roosters 1-12?
I'll tip them 1-12.
I'll go them 1-12 as well, but I want the Knights just put up a fight. Show us something. Show us that you got a bit of resilience, because they don't have any at the moment. They're in all sorts.
Yeah.
All right, we'll go one more game, and we'll go the Tigers up against Manly. Last time they played, it was a tight game. I thought Tigers were better for 30 minutes.
Yep.
And then Manly put on 6,000 points.
Yeah, turbo.
I think they scored. I think it was they were up like 6-0 or 10-6 or something like that. Anyway, and then 30th minute came. Cherry Evans scored 3 tries in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Off Tom Trbojevic.
That's right.
And then they went on. I think it was like 44-10 or something. It was something ridiculous. What do you think about this one?
Manly.
Yeah.
Manly 13 plus. With Turbo there. And I think I'll say right now, viewers, we're heading into round 18.
19.
Right, round 19. Sorry, if you don't want to subscribe because of that, understand. I think, mate, I love to... when we come down to the nitty-gritty bit of the season, all the hustle and bustle, I really like to make some bold statements.
Yep.
You know how I operate.
You know.
And I'm going to say...
Toby's big balls.
Manly, if Turbo stays fit till the end of the season, I think Manly are going to play in the grand final.
Okay, against who?
Don't know as yet. I'm still feeling around, but I think Manly potentially are the hottest team in the game.
Imagine now. Manly versus Para rivalry premiership grand final day.
Yeah, that would be a banger.
Fibros versus Silvertails.
Yeah, that'll be a banger.
I would love that. But yeah, I like what the Tigers did last week in the second half. But again, it's just a tale of two halves with them. Tales from Tiger Town, as that their doco says. Yeah. But it's you just don't know what Tigers are turning up, and I think Manly are just too good for them anyway. Yeah. So again, the Tigers, they've got a lot of work to do. I think Maguire's the man of the job for them, but they've still got tons of work to do. I think Manly win pretty well. Yep. Pretty well here, and I can't really see any other result. Adam Dewey, 5 try assists last week.
He was amazing.
One of the players of the week, 5 try assists, unreal.
Yeah.
If he scored a try, would have won me $300. But
Hell, dude.
He did not do that, did he? So, do you know? Out of all this, mate, Tigers only 1 win out of the 8.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? That's why I was riding Brisbane home.
Yeah.
So that game, I thought the turning point was when they got the 6 again right on the buzzer for half time and Flegler scored. Mm-hmm. It gave them an 8-point cushion. I'm like, come on, you bastards.
The reason the Broncos lost last week was because they took the 2 when it was 6-0 and they went to 8-0. Yeah. They lost, then Tigers scored it pretty much immediately on them.
I
know the Broncos scored again after that. But if they score there, it's 12-0.
Yeah.
12-0, not 8-0.
That's right.
And they have the ball in the exact same spot.
Yep.
So.
And Asako, go. He's 2 metres adjacent to the post. I could have pissed from there and pissed it over.
Should have.
He missed it.
I know.
And then he lands one from the sideline over the dot.
And does these ones.
I can't believe it.
Oh, absolutely, I really can't. Absolutely ridiculous.
Dewey missed 4 goals, I think, as well. It could have been 50.
Yeah, could have been out of the premiership race once again.
Yeah. For the Broncos. They don't mind getting out. They don't want to stay in
it. They're looking for the relegation button every week.
Oh, Nottingham Forest gets promoted or something.
Anything else you want to say about this one, mate?
No, Manly. I think they'll be playing in the first Sunday in October. I love them. I think they'll play in the grand final.
Yep. All right. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for us here today. It has been another good episode of
Good Seasons.
Of course, it always is.
I think it is. Remember
to like and subscribe. If you made it this far, you're an absolute champion.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely.
So, all right. Shut the gates.